either I'm smarter than y'all or y'all just really dumb. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to or back to my channel. It's your girl Christian Lynn, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. So as you can see by the title, I tested positive for coronavirus. Before we get this video started, I just want to say that I hope you guys are being safe. I hope you guys are taking it serious because y'all, it is real. I'm a living witness. Make sure you guys are washing your hands, wearing your mask, social distancing. I know they said 10 people or less, but come on now. Let's just think about that, guys. If the room isn't that big that you're in, you probably should, decrease the amount of people. But that's just my opinion. You live your life, do what you want to do. But I hope y'all are taking this serious. I'm gonna just be letting you guys in on my experience throughout this whole 14-day quarantine. It's day 14 to be exact, and I'm free. I'm out of my room, I'm out of the house. I probably won't go back for a good month because those 14 days just feel like forever. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and just keep on watching. March 25th, I got tested for coronavirus because a patient called and said that they tested positive for coronavirus, and my test came back positive. But let me give you a little bit of backstory. So on March 16th, I took off of work because I just felt like I was coming down with a cold. I was getting a sore throat, and I normally don't get sick throughout the year. So when I do get sick, it's normally around this time. It's normal for me. I thought nothing of it. But since coronavirus was getting really serious, I took off because my anxiety was on 10 and I just needed to chill out for a day for my own mental health. So I called my physician and she asked me if I had a cough, experiencing shortness of breath, or a fever. And I was like, no, I just have a scratchy throat. She basically told me that you're fine, you just have a common cold, just make sure you are monitoring it. If you get a fever, make sure you call and make an appointment to get tested. So I'm like, okay, cool. I have a cold. From that point on, I treated my symptoms as far as my cough and my sore throat as a common cold. So fast forward to March 25th, I had developed a cough and a runny nose. I didn't have a sore throat anymore, so it was really just a cough at this point. March 25th, we found out that a patient tested positive for coronavirus. Now, I wasn't in the office the day that the patient came in. No patients are allowed in my area. I'm never in my coworkers' areas. I stayed to myself at work. So I wasn't really worried about, having coronavirus because, I don't do nothing. I go to work, I go to the store if I need to, and I go home. We all got tested for coronavirus, and on April 4th, I found out that my test came back positive.
Yes, I said on April 4th.
Y'all do the math real quick. 10 days, yeah, I found out that I tested positive for coronavirus. So the morning of April 4th, I really feel like I'm telling the story. Like, this is cool. On April 4th, I got a call from the doctor at my job, and he basically told me that I tested positive for coronavirus. So once he told me that, once he told me who he was, I was already freaking out, like going crazy on the inside, but I couldn't really show it on the outside because I was sitting in a room with my boyfriend and my mama was in the kitchen cooking breakfast. So I answered the phone, he told me who he was, and I just went downstairs to my room just for some privacy, just so I can gather all the information that I need to present to my folks if they have any questions. We had a long conversation, but moral of that conversation was, stay in your room for 14 days. Anyone that has been exposed to you needs to quarantine for 14 days, and to take Tylenol if you feel like you have a fever. Of course, if you feel like you're getting shortness of breath, call your doctor or go to the emergency room. But for the most part, stay at home. I'm thinking they're gonna call me some into the pharmacy, like go pick this up before you quarantine. But no, it's literally no treatment for this virus. We had that conversation. I hung up from him and I told my mama, daddy, brother, and boyfriend that I tested positive. And from right then and there, they were so freaking encouraging. They basically told me that we're gonna be okay. We're gonna make it through this day by day, one day at a time. We're gonna be fine. We covered, we straight. I felt a little bit better. I really had so many thoughts running through my head, but I was trying to calm down because what they were telling me was basically, we gonna be fine. Breathe, we gonna be okay. So my boyfriend came downstairs. He came to my door and he brought me my food. I wasn't hungry. I couldn't eat no more. Honestly, I don't even think I ate for the rest of the day. I don't know. But he asked me, was I okay? And I just started bawling, like crying uncontrollably for a few minutes. And I was just trying to express to him that I'm not worried about me and my immune system, because I know that I'm gonna be good. Like, I know that I have a great immune system. I'm gonna be fine. Like, I'm just thinking about the people that I could have possibly given this virus to, like my mama and daddy. My dad has diabetes, and my mama, she has sarcoidosis. So it's just like their immune system is not like mine. I could have given them this virus, and Lord knows what could have happened. Thankfully, nothing did happen. Thankfully, we made it through this whole quarantine for 14 days. I thank God for that. But just thinking about them and their health, not really thinking about me and my health. Yeah, that was just weighing in on me. We had that conversation. He basically just told me what my parents and everybody else told me, like, it's gonna be fine, you're gonna be good. By now, honestly, you've been having symptoms since March 16th. Honestly, you might not even have it anymore. He's been saying that this whole entire time, but I'm just gonna be very cautious because I don't want to get anyone sick, like, at all. I don't want to be the reason someone else has this virus. So I was just being super duper careful. We quarantined for 14 days. My main issue with this whole thing was, first off, the fact that it took the lab 10 days to give us our results. Like, I understand that everybody trying to get their results on top of their blood work patients that they have every single day. But honestly, I feel like 10 days is just too dramatic. Like, it's so many people could have been infected in those 10 days. 10 days, y'all, I just couldn't wrap my head around that. It's crazy. But that bothered me, and then the health department bothered me. So the health department was calling me. I think they called me like Tuesday. They called me Monday just to confirm that I had a positive test, but they called me Tuesday basically trying to release me from quarantine. The woman told me that they were calling people, just letting them know that if they haven't had any symptoms in 3 days, they can be released from quarantine. And I really felt at that moment that either I'm smarter than y'all or y'all just really dumb. Like, you can't tell everybody what you just told me, because me, I'm gonna be very cautious. Like, I'm not going nowhere. I don't feel comfortable, and that's what I told the lady. I'm not going nowhere. I don't feel comfortable. I'm not trying to spread this virus. I want this virus to go away. So yeah, she told me that, and I basically expressed to her how I felt about it. And it's just like, there are asymptomatic people, and then there are people who are symptomatic to this virus. You telling somebody who never ever had symptoms, period, that they can get off quarantine, that they can be released. Y'all just calling people, telling them, even though y'all just called us on Monday, y'all telling people that if you haven't had any symptoms within 3 days, you can be released. I just thought that was the dumbest thing ever. I was just thinking, like, are y'all trying to help the nation or hurt the nation? And then they're talking about reopening all these businesses and basically opening up the state again. And I'm just like, y'all, this virus isn't under control. Like, why are we trying to reopen the state? And our numbers are steadily rising. I don't care that they might not be as bad as New York, but listen, they're bad enough. We want to control this virus, not spread it even more. But that's another rant for another day. I'm not gonna get into that. Back to the quarantine. So we quarantined for 14 days, and I just want to give a big shout out to my mama for taking care of her grown child, y'all. My mama cooked 3 meals a day for 2 weeks straight. And if you know my mama, you know she don't be wanting to cook for real, but she cooked. She made sure her baby was straight. She made sure the whole house was straight. She checked on me all day like clockwork. And I just want to say, mama, I appreciate you. I love you to death. You don't understand how much you mean to me. And to my daddy, thank you so much for calling me every day to check on me. Y'all, he was not coming downstairs. He came downstairs like twice to check my oxygen because my chest was tight, and to get the thermometer. Like, he was not coming downstairs. But I love you, daddy. I appreciate you so much. And to my brother, I appreciate you for, you know, just remaining the same, like calling me ugly when you saw me,
picking up the bird when you saw me.
Act like you didn't hear that. Thank you for encouraging me, make sure I was straight. Getting the family together, I'm gonna talk about that later on. We're good. The only symptom was a cough, a very bad cough. That cough did keep me up at night sometimes. So thinking back on it, I was like, dang, this cough is pretty deadly. Not deadly, but it's a bad cough, a really bad cough. I'm symptom free. I'm off quarantine. The whole house is off quarantine. So physically, I'm doing fine. But mentally, I was feeling kind of down. Just being in my room for 14 days, not being able to, you know, do much. I can't go upstairs. I can't really be in the area outside of my room. So me being forced to stay in my room for 14 days did cause me to begin to get a little bit moody. I started to get very irritated. And I honestly had to apologize to my boyfriend yesterday, but I really didn't feel like being bothered, and I took the whole situation out on him. I already apologized to him, but thanks, babe, for putting up with me throughout this whole process. We also lost a close friend to colon cancer. So Tuesday, honestly, I slept the whole entire day. But honestly, this whole experience has been a blessing in disguise. Just Thursday, I was on a Zoom call with all 10 of my cousins and my brother. That has never happened. Like, or if it has happened, it's been so long that I don't even remember it happening. So it's really been a blessing in disguise. It brought my family closer. We're already close-knit, but I'm loving every moment of it. It was very therapeutic. I needed to just have interactions with humans. Like, even though it was virtual, I needed that interaction, and I'm glad I got to have that time with my family. I also had a Zoom call with my daddy's side of the family, but I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't have those dark moments throughout this whole journey. Thank you to my Uncle Dunn, Uncle Gerald, and Jackie, Stephanie. Easter was very different. I was in my feels because I spend time with my family on Sundays, especially stuff like Easter, big holidays. We're always together, so it's very different. But yeah, thanks Auntina for still giving us that Easter feel. Last shout out I want to give is to my Uncle Ricky. Y'all, he had no idea that I even had the virus yet, and he called to check on us just to make sure we were okay. We told him, he hopped on it. Like, he literally brought us everything that we could have imagined. So thank you, Uncle Ricky, for just being a blessing. If y'all have any hanging questions, I'm willing to answer them. Just leave them down in the comment section down below. You can also DM me on Facebook, DM me on Instagram, and also let me know what else you would like to see on my channel. I have a few videos coming back to back, a few clothing hauls, so stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.